Today, Lily and I are headed to the trails of Fruška Gora. This is one of my favorite places that we've been so far in Serbia. It's a little national park about an hour away from Belgrade. The national park has this mountain. It's like a small mountain that's covered with dozens of monasteries and hundreds of kilometers of trails. We've been to a few of the monasteries, and we're going to go to one today that we haven't been to yet. Trailhead starts at Velika Remeta, and then there's about a 10 to 15 kilometer trail. I'm not sure. There are tons of loops, and so I picked a loop that we're going to go up near the top of the ridge, and I think there's like some old concrete tower that we're gonna run into. I'm not sure what its purpose is or what, but it looks really cool. It's gonna be fun. And then on the way back, we're gonna go by Grgeteg Monastery, which I've been to before, and it is gorgeous. On top of it, I'm just really excited to see what the trails are like. I've been to a couple dozen monasteries here in Serbia, and some of my favorites were up here in Fruška Gora. And this little church behind me just happened to be a bonus that we're driving by. So pretty. So let's just go see what it's like. If you visit monasteries in Serbia, it's just respectful to wear pants. So I came dressed for the trail, but this time I came prepared to change into some pants and go see the monasteries that we passed. The courtyards in some of these monasteries are really, really gorgeous. Velika Remeta is definitely more busy than most of the monasteries that I'm used to on Fruška Gora, which is great. It's just something you should be ready for and know that there might be other people here at the same time that you are, where the other monasteries you might be more likely to get some solitude. It's pretty common that the monasteries here are built over many different time periods, and so some of the construction here is legit super old and some of it is relatively new. The monastery complex today here is considered that its construction was started in the 15th century. New icons were added in the first half of the 18th century, but the icons on the altar are older, coming from 1687. The two chapels inside are newer, with one dedicated to St. John the Baptist in the 18th century, and the other one was added in 1970. At the beginning of the Second World War, it was occupied by military units, and they burned the monastery when they left. So this is why it looks so brand new and beautiful, is because the entire monastery was rebuilt in 1982. Being Protestant, I grew up without icons in our churches, but I really have grown to love them. Here we have a depiction of Christ entering Jerusalem on the first Palm Sunday. Above in the archway here, a really interesting depiction of the Last Supper. I'd never noticed a depiction of St. George and the Dragon inside of a church like this before. Here we have St. John the Baptist depicted as an angel. Of course, in the cupola, Christ depicted as the creator of everything. Mary carrying the Christ child in the nave of the church. Depiction of the manger on the left. And the dedication of Christ on the right. Of course, there's so many other saints and scenes here. It's so beautiful. I really love it. If you're still here, you probably like the type of content I'm putting out. I really appreciate that subscribe, and I'll do my best to make sure that I'm putting out quality content every week. And as we leave the church, we see Christ resurrecting all of the saints. It's common in this area. The monasteries are also agricultural. They have their own little agri farms. Super, super cool. First time I've ever seen a little monastery goose farm. That is pretty cool. Velika Remeta has maybe the cutest little watermill I have ever seen. There's this beautiful garden just outside the church walls, kind of above the parking lot. If the fountains were in full flow, I bet there would be water cascading down all of this. It would be super, super pretty with the ivy hanging down. A beautiful place to just get a little bit meditative and quiet as we walk around. So Lily and I have been having a lot of trouble finding a trailhead here from Velika Remeta going up the mountain. So we walked down, I use AllTrails normally and it rarely runs me wrong, but we walked down into kind of the town by a restaurant down there. Looks really cute, but it's where it said was the trail, it just kind of dead-ended into someone's property. I don't know. So we were kind of walking around for a bit. We decided to go the opposite direction that I thought around. So now we're going straight to Grgeteg Monastery. I hope we're gonna find out. And then hopefully we'll head up to that really cool weird tower. We might have to make it an out and back if we can't find a way all the way around. But check this out. I finally found a trailhead behind the monastery, but there is nothing in here that looks trailheady. Watch this. So I was just following AllTrails. The only reason I would have had any clue to go up this direction. There's another little grassy road that looks exactly like this. No indication of a trailhead anywhere until you get way back here. You get way back here, check this out. I thought I was gonna be going up that way. That's where it looks like there's a trail. Back here, trail sign, right up there. I know on the official Fruška Gora website, it's the red loop that I'm doing, so maybe that's why it's red, maybe some other random reason, but clear trail. All right, let's see how this goes. Maybe we can trailblaze it. Hopefully we end up over at Grgeteg Monastery. Hopefully there's good trail signage. Otherwise, we'll see what happens. All right. Here we are back at that little trail marking. We went a couple hundred meters up. AllTrails says we're going totally the wrong direction. So we're gonna find out. I don't know. We got one other shot here. It's this other little grassy road just going the other direction from here. So let's go up here a bit. Hopefully we find some trail signage. Hopefully we're on the right track going over to Grgeteg. This is another place where we're looking for a trailhead. Such a beautiful little area. But since we couldn't find a trailhead, I was kind of just looking for anywhere that there could possibly be a trail that leads uphill and following it all. And once again, just a dead end. All right, so that was a failure too. Attempt number, I don't know, this is like the maybe 5th attempt we've tried on some sort of trail or road heading out from Velika Remeta. But we're headed uphill. That seems like a good sign. Found this little road. I think maybe we're back on the original direction I wanted to be going, up towards that cool tower thing. And maybe we'll find a way to hit up Grgeteg on the way back. I don't know. It's turned into, I mean, it's beautiful. You can't complain out here, but a little bit of a fiasco. Trail fiasco, if you will. You know, I'm from the age where I just carried around a physical mapping compass. I was an Eagle Scout back in the day. Pretty happy with an actual mapping compass, but I haven't found a really good map store in Belgrade yet. If you know of one, please let me know in the comments. I would love to just buy some physical maps of wherever we head out to. I'd be happy with that. The apps are all fine and good. They're really cool as long as they're updated, and that's the thing with maps is the app should be more updated than the maps, but I don't know. Sure having trouble with it today. Either way, pretty happy doggy up here. So we ran into this little private property entrance. We kind of turned off. I think maybe I avoided their property. Maybe I walked through it a little bit. I don't know. But it looked like on AllTrails, just following the app, the road kind of turned. So we took that. And I got some good news. Here we go. We got a trail map going down. So hopefully that means we're back on the right road. Let's go see what we find. More good news. We haven't lost the trail yet. So I get it now. I thought these were like monasteries, but it's not. This is the red loop that we're supposed to be on. So we're on the red loop. We made it. We started at Monastery Velika Remeta. You can see on there. We went past signage number 12. We're now at signage number 13. Heading up towards signage number 14 and on and on. I don't even know what Nortsev is up there on the other end. So let's hoof it out and find out. Boom, boom. So here's one thing I've learned. I think further on down the trail, maybe higher up on the mountain, there are like legit trails, which would be much prettier. But down here low on the mountain, roads are the way to go. So you're on like those dirt roads for a while. Pretty sure I'm gonna be on this paved road for a little bit. And let's see where we end up. Sometimes you gotta watch out for these little tiny signs. So that's a sign to Monastery Velika Remeta, which makes sense. That's downhill from where we came from, except I guess maybe this paved road goes another way around there. Makes sense. We came up on the dirt road. Maybe that is like the trail. It's just that's how they clear trails, which would make sense. Like in Washington State, we send up insane people carrying backpacks with like chainsaws and sledgehammers. They break up all the blowdowns and clear off the trails. Those dudes are amazing. Super props. I always thought that when I got into ultralight backpacking, and I have, you know, in the summer, like my 13-pound pack, thinking about these guys carrying like 150 pounds of gear, being the first ones of the season on the trail to go clear it out. Well, it makes a lot more sense. Like the trail's not as nice, but you just send through like a truck dragging something to clear out the trail again. Do a lot of the work. You can throw the chainsaw in the back of the truck if you need it. So I don't know. Maybe that's just the way they clear trails up here. But we're gonna find out. I think we're gonna hit some smaller trails eventually. So maybe we hit some prettier stuff. Bicycle rest area makes a ton of sense. I know there's a big bicycle event up here on Fruška Gora. I was trying to look up for when it happens. I couldn't find any information. I don't know if you know some, leave a comment. If I'm here in town, I would love to hit that up because this looks really pretty. This would be a great spot for just a long ride. All right, I think this is promising. Found our way off the road onto some more, it's like dirt roads, maybe some trails coming up, and hopefully we're on our way back towards Grgeteg. Oh man, let's go find out. So on AllTrails, this is a clearly marked trail, but it does not look like one. It does look like a few years ago someone came through here on a 4x4 or something like that. So I mean, you can get through. On the flip side, this is beautiful. It's like right in the middle of this like pretty dense forest. It is great. We're gonna find out though. We've been out here a little while now, so if this doesn't start turning down towards Grgeteg Monastery, we might just be heading back the way we came. That would be a little disappointing. Let's see if we can figure it out. This is very much a once upon a time type of trail. We just keep running into blowdowns and I don't know, stuff blocking the way. But it is like reasonably flat. You can tell it was well treaded, I guess, once upon a time. I don't know. We got to make it through stuff like this. So it's gonna take us a little while maybe, but I think we're gonna get there. All right. Nailing it. All right. And as you can tell, I am perfectly happy in these barefoot shoes. They changed my life. Let me tell you about it for a minute, and then we'll come back. I love Zero shoes. Barefoot shoes honestly changed my life, and if you're interested in the whole story, I'll link it up in the corner. Zero has an awesome range of barefoot shoes at what I think is the best price point in the market. And on the trail, they are a game changer for weight, for ease, and just for pure enjoyment. Here's the deal. Every mile you hike on the trail, your feet actually travel 2 miles. I mean, if each shoe weighs 1 pound and you're carrying 2 shoes and they're traveling twice as far, we're talking about 4 pounds on your feet. All that said, most sneakers are around 2 pounds and most boots are often close to 3 pounds. So we're talking about 8 pounds on your feet that you're bringing on the trail. Like before you talk about water and pack weight and everything. Well, by comparison, if you just look, barefoot shoes cut out almost all of that weight. And then there's water crossings. If you consider boots like this, you're gonna stop, take off your boots, take off your socks, cross the water, sit down, clean your feet, put on your boots, and then carry on. One of the things I learned in barefoot shoes is I'm just gonna crash right through, and in a half mile, my feet are dry. Maybe the biggest change with barefoot shoes is that I'm actually aware of where my feet step on the trail. I used to chase like that big scenery, so I'd just try to smash out trail miles and get to those big views. But now in barefoot shoes, I actually pay attention to the travel, like roots, rocks, foliage, pine cones. And I know it sounds crazy, but I actually enjoy the trail so much more this way. It means rather than just speeding for the high ground, I enjoy every step on the trail. Zero has an awesome selection of trail shoes and sandals, and you can check them out in the link in the description. And if you use my affiliate link below, it really helps me out, and I know you'll enjoy them just as much as I do. Thanks, let's get back to the trail. I'm not gonna lie, this stuff keeps getting thicker and thicker. All kinds of blowdowns and things where it's like, all right, the choice for this puzzle is over, under, or through. What are we gonna do? All right, through on this one. I hear a stream bed up ahead. That's good for a lot of reasons. For the puppy, a little water to drink. I have water for in my bag. We could stop and do it anytime, but I don't know. Just been a little lazy, I guess. But for me, probably some easier going on trails. And if need be, I'm in sandals. I can just wade the water. I know that that water is gonna go back down right near Grgeteg. So it's a good tip. If you're ever lost in the forest, just go downstream. You'll hit civilization for sure. All right, let's go get it. Hey, check this out. Little reward for some troubles. Fun times. Cool little weird looking knife. I don't know why the handle is on that side, so the knife curves out away from you. I don't know, some sort of carving knife or something. I don't think I've seen something like it. I honestly have no idea how I'm still on this trail. There's like no real trail signs. Nothing is flat here anymore. It goes like somewhere out there. I'm just like intuiting it somehow. I don't know, I've spent a lot of time on trails. I check AllTrails every once in a while. It says I'm still on the trail. It is going parallel with this little stream bed, so I think somewhere we're gonna come around an arm of this hill on the other side and then go down the other side. Shouldn't be that far. Do or die time now. It's gonna be like, yeah, either we're gonna hit that spot, go around that arm and come down, or we're gonna be going back the way we came, and that sounds no fun. Well, let's do it. Every once in a while, there's like some semi-clear sign. Like when I see these rocks back here, I think like, oh, if I were building a trail, I'd go between those rocks. So, seems real. Whew. All right, let's hoof it out. All right, people, we did it. I don't know how we're gonna get over there, but on the other side, I don't know if you can see, there's like clear trail sign down over there. So I just have to make it down there somehow over this lip, maybe across the brush out there. There's gonna be a easy way down. Maybe I'm gonna come back and go down like this little kind of ravine action right here behind me. We're gonna find a way down. We're gonna hit up that trail sign. We've made it. On the way out now. Maybe you can see from here, that big pile of earth back there. I thought it was just like, I don't know, some mound from the other side. It's a huge blowdown, big problem. Took out a big chunk of the trail, so that's why I couldn't see any way through. But it also like took a bunch of the earth with it, made a big hole underneath it. All of the wood that's covering it is like super dried out and ready to crack and fall apart. So none of it's reliable to step on. Like a huge problem. But just got over it, and check that out. That beautiful, thick trail right over there. That's where we're going. We're gonna hit it. Good thing we're doing doggy showers when we get home. That was some thick mud right back there in that stream. There was nowhere around it. That good trail sign back there turned out to be a landslide, but it brought us out pretty close to the trail. So we just scrambled up a little bit. Check this out. Back to a dirt road. No complaints though. This is nice, easy going compared to that really pretty, really messed up trail. And I'm happy to have the certainty that we've made it on our way back out. I think we're still gonna be okay on time. Be able to clean this doggy off before mommy gets off work. And that will be clutch. Yeah, it turns out this road turned. It's going totally the wrong direction. I don't trust it anymore. I think maybe they use it to like service the power lines. It looks like maybe there's some power lines on top of this arm, but oh my gosh, I'm lost and lost and lost. Not great. Everywhere I read says Fruška Gora is easy hiking, super well marked trails. I had a little taste of that, but either I picked the wrong trail or I did not research enough. I had no idea, which is entirely likely. Go ahead and throw your solution strategy in the comments. What should I have done differently? How do you navigate Fruška Gora in an easy way? Lily and I are headed back down this road. We're gonna trudge across a little bit of where we came from. We're gonna look to hook up with the real, like the trail that's marked again, because actually that's been the most successful navigation so far, has been these like super retired bad trails. But if we can navigate that, maybe it gets us out. All right, I think we found it. It's generally just kind of less covered with foliage than the rest, but there's a couple little signs. This right here, little hole in the bush, that's a good sign. I think we're on our way out. Finally, Grgeteg, here we come. I am less and less sure that we're on the right route, but AllTrails says we are. It says we're going the right way. The nice thing is that I know that stream is down there to the left, and I can see the other side of the stream. So I know we're kind of riding this arm, and I know that this stream goes directly down to that monastery because it shows it on the map. So we're just gonna keep following it, and let's go. All right, here's the next little puzzle. Fork in the road. Gandalf says follow your nose. I think I'm just gonna follow the side with the stream. All right, we're back on one of these forest roads, and thank God, according to AllTrails, we're gonna hit like a real road up here, maybe a couple hundred more meters. I'm really hoping that's true. It's not that I couldn't plan for a day like today, but I definitely did not plan for a day like today. I didn't know we were basically going to be going off trail. Yeah, I'll be super fascinated to see what you guys have to say, because I know about 50% of you guys are Serbians. I assume a lot of you have spent some time off trails. I'll be interested to know, what should I do to research differently? I'm super glad that I have some knowledge, that I kind of knew some about navigation, because if I didn't, well, we definitely would have turned around. We would have just taken the nice car road out, and I mean, would have been fine. But also, like I said, I would really prefer to have a map with me. So I'll be excited to see. Do you guys have a good map shop in Belgrade? Oh man, really hoping we hit that road soon, hit up Grgeteg. I thought we'd be out of here like hour and a half, 2 hours ago, having done the full, I don't know, it's probably like 12K or something like that, 14K. I think probably in the end we went more like 6, maybe 8K, because off trail, just so slow. But this is looking pretty dense ahead. Whew. Oh man, so we just ducked through that bush. That's where I was like, I don't know, I really don't know. This might have gotten us off again. We ended up on this beautiful road. I am glad to see dirt roads again. And even better, check this out. Grgeteg Monastery. So these are the buildings I could see through the trees there, and they're some of the outbuildings of Grgeteg Monastery, which you're going to see in a moment coming up here on the left. You can also see how flat the area of Vojvodina is, and then as that arm of the mountain comes into view, you see Fruška Gora does look like a real mountain when you're up close and on it. From far away, it looks like just a big hill. This is also a serious wine region. You can see how there's farms everywhere. Most of the monasteries, I think, also have some agriculture. Just a truly beautiful place. This monastery here, Grgeteg, is seriously beautiful inside. I've been inside a few times, and so I was planning on going inside today. Now I think we're gonna have to miss it because we spent way too much time on the trail. So we need to just get back to Velika Remeta as soon as we can to the car. I was also hoping to make it out to this little place that I love to get kombucha, bring home for the lady, but we'll see what time we get back. I don't think we'll have time today, which is too bad. But if you'd like to see inside of Grgeteg Monastery and over to the place where I love to buy kombucha, it's in another video, so I'll put that video linked up on the end screen. For now, let's just see how quickly we can make it back. The good news is, from what I can tell, from here back is supposed to be just like actual decent road. So no more chopping through tough trail, no more difficulties. Hopefully, we're just running it back. It's nice and easy. Just good to note, this right behind me is that exact same stream bed that I was following right up there. Goes right by the monastery. I told you, whenever you find a stream, just go downstream. Probably it would have been the fastest and easiest way back here, just to trudge that stream bed. My feet would have been a whole lot dirtier, probably super gross. I don't know, depends on how deep that mud gets. I might get muddy like up to the knees. Dog would be muddy like crazy, but maybe it would have been safer and easier. I don't know. Crossing the farmland here, super pretty. We had a little pack of dogs following us a minute ago. I don't know if they're still coming. They'll turn around at some point, but they're super cute. It's fun to have some animals along. Of course, I hope they turn around, make it home, but also I'm positive they will. Let's hope we make it home. Good news, we're on the right way. Got an extra little buddy with us. Precious, oh my precious buddy. I wish we could play. Oh, hi. Hi, everybody. Are you a little shepherd? Are you such a good little shepherd? Yeah, I know. Taking care of your sheep and your donkey back there. Oh man, we'll see. So I was following AllTrails because it's what has kept me solid all day. But where AllTrails said to go, no road, just ends. But I saw back here, there's some little red arrows, and I wondered, should I follow them? Here we go. Red arrow, and up here, another red arrow up there. So, here's hoping. Let's go. Oh my goodness. I know, I wish I could play. I wish we could take you home. Like your precious little buddy. So we were well off of AllTrails, following these little red and white trail markers. These guys, sometimes on trees, sometimes signposts like that, and they led us right back to it. Feeling good about it again. All right. All right, out of the farmland, back into the forest. We lost the other doggies, which is good. I'm glad for them. Just is fun when they're along. Back down to just Lily and I. Hey, Lily. Oh no, there he is. One little buddy's still behind us. Well, I guess he's just not playing anymore. Other good sign, we got people ahead of us on the trail. Sounds like we're close, and I am relieved. We are officially close. It feels so good. I haven't been relieved to hit a trailhead in a long time. Usually I just want more and more time in the forest, but today I was a little stressed about it. So I'm pretty glad we're making our way out. All right, Velika Remeta. Only a couple hours longer than I expected, but we made it. If you'd like to see inside Grgeteg Monastery and the place that I love to go for kombucha here in Fruška Gora, check out the video on top over here. And if it's more your speed, you'd like to see some more trails here in Serbia, there's either a video or a playlist on the bottom. It'll take you right there. Honestly, all of this is some of my favorite stuff in Serbia. You're gonna love it. Go check it out.